Hello and welcome back to the Sunshine Archive. I promise this is the last video you'll see of me in this outfit and this makeup. I film all my videos in batches of 3 and I usually film them like every few weeks. Because I am a teacher, it just like works out that way because I rarely have time or I'm chronically ill and I'm tired, blah, 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 blah. So if you're into YouTube or you want to start YouTube, I highly recommend batch filming so you can stay on track. It is my goal to be consistent AF on this channel because I am manifesting that I can make income off of this channel and I can start writing. I want to write on Substack so bad. I want to publish my book so bad. So I'm putting it out there, putting it into the universe. We're making it happen. So I look the same because I'm batch filming. That's okay. Welcome back to the Sunshine Archive. It is I, Robbie. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how these Zettels have worked for me, how I have turned previous Zettelkasten cards into creative writing. So I took them to work one day, and then during lunch, I was just like reading my Zettels, and I had my little fountain pen with me, and I just started writing ideas that came to me as I read old Zettels. I used my old Zettels as a prompt. So here's one. Here's a Zettel that I've had that I've shown you before. It's from Agua Viva. And I had written, "It feels impossible to get to the marrow of life, to fully exist in the present, because every second is so fleeting and impossible to get a hold of. Some things are just untouchable. But even though you can't grasp the present in your 2 bare hands, can't you still feel it? Do you feel it come and go? Do you feel it pushing and swaying?" So I read page 3 of Agua Viva. I had an original thought. I wrote it down. I read it on a different day, and it prompted this and a poem. So I had wrote, "I'm starting to believe that the present, much like time, is made up and doesn't actually exist. At least not by Plath's or Lispector's operational definition of it. The present is both past and future, not its own entity. I myself am somewhat like the present. I am not man and I am not woman. I am neither and also both. But I still exist, don't I? And if I exist, perhaps the present does too. Just 2 non-binary nouns, one of flesh and one of concept." So the original idea about the present and the future had me writing about my transness, my gender, my non-binariness, and then it ended with a couple of words that I thought would make a great poem. Two nouns, one of flesh and one of concept. So from this card came this poem, like the present. Here, I'll show it to you. "Both of us nouns, one of flesh, another concept. To exist in extremes and often in betweens. I cast my sex away and forget about the future. Tonight I am simply fleeting time, being detangled and open wide. Pride for self and pride in the unself. I exist and I am not real, like the present." It could use a little editing, but just from one Zettel, from one original thought I had while reading a book, I had a whole ass realization about my gender and wrote a poem. I prompted myself. And I think that's just proof that the Zettelkasten works. If you want to write, if you want to have a consistent flow of ideas and inspiration, you got a Zettel. Then we have this one. Zettel number 2. "Love being the only way to the present, the only feeling non-fleeting, the forever and the evergreen." And then from that, I wrote a little bit more about my thoughts on love. "It's as if every other feeling keeps me away from myself, further pulls at my t-shirt and shoves my face into the dirt. A cosmic kind in heart, mind, a prisoner, stuck with no way out, chaos and lies. Love is the only thing that's always honest. It's the only way I realize I'm here, I'm real, and I'm alive. Do you think it'd be strange if all that was given and received was love? Some of that didn't make sense to me. Some of it did. My thoughts are chaotic a lot of the time, but it's a good starting point. Then we have one here from Agua Viva, where I had a thought after reading the quote, I let myself happen. And I wrote, so much of those who surround me did not let myself happen. It is unconditional love and safety that invites the authentic self, with open arms and grins, bright at the happening. And then I continued it. I am in a constant state of happening, the surrounding world bending around my rebirth. I have died many times and will grieve many selves, all to prosper, all to grow. And because we can't separate the art from the self, again, these quotes stood out to me from the books I was reading because of who I am right now and the things that I'm going through. And then these thoughts formed from the same and prompted themselves of the same, of being really true to myself, my gender, my sexuality, my life, and really pushing and like kind of pushing discomfort onto others, because I guess my choice is uncomfortable to many, but still healing and prospering and seeking growth from that and seeking authenticity from that. And so that trickles in and shows up a lot in my work. Like if I have work, I will one day. I'm starting. And then the last original creative thing that I wrote was from this Zettel here. Are objects halted time? What do objects contain? Attachments and histories, feeling and wood grain. To be human is to transcend the self, to give and fill endlessly, to escape the trap, to create meaning. To hold objects sacred is to exist outside of the self. To make personal histories immortal. To lack control over the sacred is to die. And who wants that? So all of this happened in one go too, by the way. I was just reading them, writing. It took like, I don't know, like 35 minutes. And it feels great to know that you can just sit with your own ideas and make things out of them. Isn't that nice? I haven't sat with my Zettels in a month. But it's okay. Right? Someone tell me in the comments I'm doing fine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.